Alright, good morning. Hello, everybody. Everyone okay? Alright, now a couple of things before takeoff in the event of emergency. Either side of the doors are. Or become the emergency exit door, so you don't have to touch it, but just take a moment to look at your door handle there. And back here, and across the other side on that door, there's another one. Okay, if nothing happens, please don't touch those handles. Also, in case of fire extinguisher is located at the right hand corner of my seat where my finger is pointing, right here. Okay. Anybody first time riding helicopter today? Alright. Well, this morning we started picking up some wind and we got some gusty areas, so we're expecting a couple of bumps here and there. I'm just going to try my best to make it a smoother area, but some routes we have to go through it, so. Alright, during the flight, if you become a little queasy, I got a couple of white bags here for you. Aloha bag behind my seat and the back of the seat in the pocket there, okay? I also got a camera here, so you want to say hello to yourself one more time? Alright, now as soon as we're clear by the tower, that will be on the way. After takeoff, we're going to head off for part of the Honolulu Harbor, looking off to the right. And the same direction, Diamond Head, Waikiki, East Shore, North Shore, and Pineapple, Pearl Harbor. I'll bring you back. Alright, first about to the left up on the hill, looking for a pink structure, circle Triple Army Medical Hospital. A lot of time people ask me what is a building up on the hill painted pink like that. No one suspects that the Army Hospital has been painted pink in the entire war, so that might be the only one in the world. Along with the mountain range on the left, there's a second formation of the island called our mountain range. Simply the island were formed by the two different islands, and this mountain range off to the left were formed as a second 2.5 million years ago. There are also two passes up here off to the left, Kalihi and Apali Pass, northeast of Pearl Harbor. That's where some of the second Japanese aircraft plane use their routes to get to the Pearl Harbor. Also, Diamond Head, looking off to the right, east of the Pearl Harbor. Okay, camera up ahead on the right, looking downtown Honolulu, other side of the channel at the pier. Other side of the beautiful cruise liner, little tower with a clock on it, Aloha Tower Marketplace, which is a symbol for Honolulu Harbor today. And slowly right to left. Hey, this time on the left, beautiful cruise liner, look to it, little tower with a clock on it. Looking at the Aloha Tower and Aloha Tower Marketplace, downtown Honolulu, behind the building. Small green hill, we got a punch bowl, National Cemetery of the Pacific. Okay, coastline right to left, South Shore, off to the left. Got a Keola Basin, Alamona Beach Park, Alawa Yacht Harbor, Waikiki Beach, hotels, all the way to Diamond Head. But beaches coming around left to right. Once upon a time, this area used to be all swampy area. After a landfill has been completed, we built the beach park, shopping mall, as well as the Waikiki hotels and condos were built on the landfill land. Okay, this time coming up on the right, Waikiki Beach and the hotels and Diamond Head. Now, if anybody familiar with the TV show called Gilligan's Island, off to the right, Alawa Yacht Harbor, opening scene starts from there. That's what SS Mina left for, 3-hour tour from this harbor up to the right, called the Alawa. Currently there are about 100 hotels, 60 condominiums. Population 12,000 versus 20,000 visitors. Spend a vacation here in Waikiki now. Okay, on the right to left this time. Hawaii Prince, Ilikai, Hilton Hawaiian Village, Rainbow Tower, beautiful mosaic on the side of the building. And all the way to Diamond Head Crater, 734 feet or 232 meters to the top. Cameron, there's a turtle there. Yeah, you see something floating down there? Up and off to the right, a couple of submarines are operating off to the right of us, which is the Atlantis submarine tours are going on off to the right. Here in Waikiki Beach, we got another pink building off to the left. Looking at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, which is the second oldest hotel in Waikiki, built in 1925. Further off to the right of the pink one, very small hotel on the beachfront, known as the Moana Surf Rider, which is the oldest hotel today here in Waikiki, built in 1901. Hey, just a little bit more closer to Diamond Head Crater this time on the right, huh? What we have in the craters of Diamond Head is the United States Army Reserve, Camp Circle, Fort Ruger, and public parking that are located in the Diamond Head Crater. People named it as a Diamond Head Crater, but fortunately there are no diamonds, just the name, huh? Locally called Mount Leahi. Since the parking lot located in the middle of the crater has been renovated and completed about 4 years ago. Since then, people who visited Diamond Head Crater and intended to hike up to the lookouts, they'll charge you $1 to walk in, hike up, and $5 to park your car, and also hike up to the lookouts. And that, no charge. Just about straight ahead, end of the coastline. Looking at the youngest part of the island of Oahu, Koko Head. Slightly off to the left of that, another pointy mountain is the latest extinct volcanoes of the island of Oahu. Looking at the Koko Crater. Koko Crater, last activity occurred about 160,000 years ago. Beautiful coastline, southeast shore of the island, right to left. Due to multi-million-dollar homes being built around the coastline, some up on the hill, so people kind of nicknamed it as a gold coastline of the city of Honolulu now. Area used to be all farmland. Golf course on the left used to be a carriage. Now, after that, they built the beautiful hotel next to it called Kahala Hotel also. Since the Hawaiian Islands began to form from northwest to southeast, simply left to right. So left of us, 90 miles. Northwest of us, that's where we have Olus Islands, or called Island of Kauai, is located there. And slightly off to the right, which is the direction of southeast. Distance, 200 miles away. That's where we got our youngest and the largest island, Hawaiian Islands, or called Big Island of Hawaii, that also located there. Along with two of the active volcanoes are located on the Big Island. So if you like to see the active volcano, that's where you need to travel, 200 miles off to the right, on Big Island, Hawaii. Now, area coming up ahead, kind of the east end of city of Honolulu, beautiful bay, left and the right. There's some water activities that are going on. Maunalua Bay, 10 miles east of Waikiki, or about 30 minutes away from Waikiki. Due to beautiful condition of water, as you can see, that's all the water activities that are going on here. Jet ski riding tours are going on the left, and the parasail is coming up here on the right. Okay, right in front of us, Koko Crater, latest extinct volcanoes of the island. And coming up ahead off to the right, we got a little horseshoe shape of bay coming up on the right, so called Hanauma Bay. If you're looking for a place to enjoy the snorkeling, this Hanauma Bay off to the right is the most recommended place for people to enjoy the snorkeling. Due to thousands of tropical fishes that are existing in this Hanauma Bay today, so 30 minutes away from Waikiki. Once a week, due to maintenance purpose, City and County Honolulu closed the bay to the public, but today, no problem, yeah? And also, if you like to enjoy the mountain hiking, off to the left, look on the top. There's some people standing on the top, on the side, head of a single line. That's a part of the hiking trail of Koko Crater Hiking Trail. At the same time, looking at the east side of the island shore. Straight ahead, over the horizon, there's an island. We're looking at the island of Molokai, which is the closest island to the island of Oahu. Distance of about 30 miles east of us. So about 40 years ago, one of the local men, I should say crazy local man, decided to swim from there to here. And this man spent about 16 hours to finish the swim in between the two islands. Hey, left and below, Sandy Beach, little parking lot, Halona Blowhole, and the Koko Crater, which is the latest extinct volcanoes of the island. Hey, Hanauma Bay on the left, all the way back to Diamond Head Crater. Right and below, there's Sandy Beach, Halona Blowhole, all the way to the end, off to the right. And looking at the east tip of the island, Makapu'u Point. If you go to the Big Island of Hawaii, there are two locations that are currently showing some activities of volcano. One is called Kilauea, second one is called Pu'o'o, very much identical shape and the size of this crater. 1986 on the Big Island, identical shape and the size of this crater called Pu'o'o, erupted. And during the eruption, lava party came up to about 1,500 feet up in there. That's a record. Hey, ridgeline coming up ahead, part of the designated area for some of the hang gliders and the paragliders of the island. Hey, Karen Charles coming up on the right hand below, around the ridgeline. There's one guy hanging onto the parachute and flying around the area there. Yeah, paragliding. And further off to the right is the east tip of the island, Makapu'u Point. Straight ahead, little island, looking at the Manene Island in Hawaiian, meaning of Rabbit Island in Hawaii. Hey, right hand below, we got a Sea Life Park. There's so many cars that parked at the end of the road there. Those people probably enjoying the trying to look for some activities of whales from there. Till end of this month is the season of the whale here in the state of Hawaii. So, okay, left and below, right next to the beach point, black outline of a rectangular shape. Left of that is the Magnum PI Estate. That's where the Tom Selleck used to hang around during the filming of that show. Okay, continue, Waimanalo Beach, Lanikai, Kailua Beach, over the peninsula. We got a Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station that's located at the end. Yeah, right next to the seawater pool, there's a single estate that has a tennis court in the yard. That'd be the Magnum PI Estate. That's where the Tom used to hang around during the filming of that show on the left. Hey, up to the right, beautiful Waimanalo Beach, Bellows Air Force Base. Around the corner, Lanikai to Kailua Beach and Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station located at the end. Now coming up below, a small residential area. This is a super special residential area for Hawaiian people called Hawaiian Home State Land. To be able to live in this particular area, people has to have more than 50% of Hawaiian blood. And those people meets the requirement. They're eligible to lease the land from the state government for $1 per year. That's a super special place for Hawaiian people today. Hey, airfield on the right and below. This is called Bellows Air Force Base. Not quite operational condition, but morning of December 7, 1941, this is where the 2nd Japanese Air Task Force of 168 plane that arrived. and begin to attack at this airfield. Follow the coastline to this, where we came from, and flew over the city to get to the Pearl Harbor. Another group that attacked the Marine Corps station, coming up off to the right over the peninsula. Those aircraft, they flew into the mountain passes that I mentioned, coming up ahead off to the left. There are two lowest part of the ridge called Pali and the Karihi Pass. If you fly through there, you're able to make a shortcut, so that's what they did. And Twin Peak Mountain off to the left is another popular hiking site of the island, looking at the Mount Olomana. Weekend, we'll start seeing some people goes up on the top to enjoy mountain hiking. We got no snakes around the island, so that's why people are able to go everywhere pretty much. A beautiful town of Kailua Town off to the right. This is part of the hometown of President Obama. He partially grew up in this town here. And outside of town, Kailua Beach and Lanikai. I think it was about 6-7 months ago or so, there were some kind of surveys of the beaches that occurred in the United States, and those beaches were selected as number 3 best beaches in the United States. Well, from last Christmas to New Year, this is where the Obama family spent the vacation here in the town of Kailua Town. Another beautiful town off to the left, looking at the Kaneohe Bay. In the bay, tiny flat island, looking at the Coconuts Island. That's where the part of the show Gilligan's Island was also filmed. End of the coastline, distance away, big mountain wall, looking at the Mount Kualoa. Behind the mountain, we have a valley there called Kahala Valley. And that's where the part of the famous movie, so-called Jurassic Park, was all filmed there. Okay, slowly, left to right. Okay, look at the direction of Kaneohe, Marine Corps Airfield. This end of the runway, that'll be a direction of Pearl Harbor, which is the same direction as highway goes into the tunnel up ahead off to the left. That is called the H3 freeway and the Hirano Tunnel. That particular highway and the tunnel were built to connect between the Pearl Harbor located on the other side of the tunnel. So this end of the runway of Kaneohe is exactly the same direction as the tunnel, which is to the Pearl. The other end of the runway is the direction of north-northeast. 230 miles northeast. That's where the Japanese attack forces were located. So simply, if you draw a line over the runway, that becomes the shortest distance. So that's why they flew into the mountain passes and made a shortcut to get to the Pearl Harbor. The eastern and the west end of the island is a very dry portion of the island. Yearly, it rains only about 30 to 35 inches of rain a year. But this section of the island, 75 to 85 inches of rain. There are 300 different kinds of trees, 60 to 65 different types of ferns that grows in this mountain valleys. And as I said, we got no snakes on the island, so that's why people say to go enjoy mountain hiking. We do have some wild animals like wild boar and the wild goats that are running around this mountain valleys, but that's about it. And the year round, this section of the island is exactly the same. Nothing changes. Now we've got a beautiful Kaneohe Bay. There are some water activities that are going on also. Kaneohe sandbar tours are going on a large section of sandbar to the right. You can see the few boats are there. Less than knee-high of the depths of the water there, so you don't have to stay on the boat. Once the boat takes you there, you can simply get off the boat. You can just walk around the sandbar to enjoy water activities by yourself. In the areas of the island, besides the Jurassic Park, a few more of the movies that also filmed, coming up on the left. The circular shape of fish pond is called Kahalu Fish Pond. That's what the movie called Karate Kid Number 2. Remember the Wax On, Wax On? That movie partially filmed right here on the left. Beautiful sunny day, and waters are getting started to clearing up a little bit. So on the surface of water, sometimes we get lucky to see some turtles hanging around here. Okay, come around on the right hand below. There are a couple of brown dots right on the circular shape of reef here on the right. Up here on the right around the edges of some of those reef, you can find some of the little brown dots right around there. Yeah, those are all turtle. Yeah, look on the left and below this time. You may find a few more there. There's an open area on the left and below, right? Right in the middle, black reef. Look on the surface. You see there's something, all this little thing floating? See, tiny brown dots? Yeah, they're all turtle. There's so many of them, huh? Okay, right in front of us, looking at the Puma Mountain. Left of that, we have another valley called Waikana Valley off to the left. That's where part of the monster movie called Godzilla, or filmed right here on the left. And a famous Jurassic Park Valley Zakava coming up on the right. And besides the Jurassic Park, latest TV show called Lost. They were doing the filming here at the Carver Valley on the right of that, sir. Okay, everybody, we're going through the valley. We're going to experience a couple bumps, yeah? Famous Jurassic Park originally filming begins on the island of Kauai, but September 11, 1992. The island of Kauai were direct hit by a hurricane called the Hurricane Iniki, and 95% of the island of Kauai were destroyed. And they couldn't continue the filming there, so they moved the part of the filming location here at Carver Valley. And the next valley, right to left, we're looking at the Kahana Valley. And this is a part of the Disney show called George of the Jungle, also filming in this area. And as I said, pretty much year-round, exactly the same condition of the mountain valleys. Nothing changes. Well, 75 to 85 inches of rain is not only to keep the mountain valleys very much as is, but also provides the drinking water. Sometimes people wonder where the water is coming from, yeah? It's located below the island. We got a natural water tank that's located below the island. After the rainwater, absorbed by the soil, takes around 20 to 30 years to get to the bottom of the island. And during that period of time, most of the rainwater purified from below the island. They'll push up by the salt water. So we got a natural water tank that's located below the island. Another paragliders up here on the right, up from the top side of the ridge line there. Hey, beautiful coastline up ahead. We have northeastern side of the island shore. Today we got some Polynesian villages that are looking around the coastline. Village of Kahana, Kava, continue up ahead. We got Punalu, Haula, Laie, which is a location of the Polynesian Cultural Center located in the village of Laie. And after that we got a Kahuku. Beyond that, the beginning of the North Shore. Alright, in a minute we're going to take a look at the waterfall side coming up on the left hand side first, huh? 1,500 feet of the waterfall called Sacred Falls. After the left, I'm going to turn around to the right hand side too, so if you'd like to take a few pictures, yeah? Keep your cameras ready. This particular waterfall site used to be a very popular hiking site for many, many hikers. But 1999 on Mother's Day, we had a landslide accident that occurred in this particular waterfall site. And since then, State of Hawaii closed this hiking trail from right to left for the safety of the people. So no one is out to use that trail to get to the fall side, coming up ahead on the left against the wall. Okay, slowly, left to right. There we go. And the left-hand below, you can see the zigzag line coming this way. Yeah, that's all part of the hiking trail, but state of Hawaii is still not open to the public yet, so still no one is allowed to get to the fall using that trail. The rest of the mountain sections are pretty much military training area that they're going to be flying over, but since the Vietnam War ended, nothing's going on, so we're able to fly over here. Coming up on the left and the right hand below, look down below. So many silver green color type of trees are growing all over the Hawaiian Island. You're probably able to find those. Looking at the state tree of Hawaii, Kukui Nut. And another group of dark green, pointy shape of trees on the right. And up here off to the left, those are Norfolk Pine. Also there look like a Christmas tree, so some people nickname those are Hawaiian Christmas trees of the island. Up here off to the right, big rooftop, large parking area, vicinity of Polynesian Cultural Center. 1959, Hawaii became 50th state of the United States. In that year, some of those kukui nut was selected as a state tree. Yellow hibiscus flower became state flower, and the name of the bird called nene goose became a state bird. Name of the fish called the humu humu nuku nuku apua'a became a state fish of Hawaii. Those fish, if you go to Waikiki Aquarium, probably able to find those. Okay, those are Norfolk pine trees on the left, huh? Okay, slowly, we're approaching the north shore of the island coast. Condition of the surf today on the north shore is very nice. Somewhere between 10 to 12 footer, maybe coming up to 15 footer, maybe. From November to January, that's when we normally receive the big wave on the north shore, so that's when they normally get the some surfing contests held at the north shore. Sometimes gets real big surf on north shore. If you were here about 2 months ago, so you could have seen the 40 footer that came on. And about 3 to 4 months ago, we had a 50 footer as occurred here. Anything more than 20 is kind of semi-tidal wave. So you don't want to get too close to the water if that happens. Off to the left, we got another mountain range, looking at the west mountain range of Waianae. And the Waianae mountain range on the west were formed as this first, I don't know what, about 3 million years ago. And the east mountain range here were formed as a second, 2.5 million years ago. So between the two, it used to be a completely different island, but due to continuous activities of volcanoes, two islands were connected to each other and became single island Oahu today. A little more than 600 square miles of the island became our second oldest and the third largest island now. Okay, up here off to the right, we got our isolated hotel there known as a Turtle Bay Resort Hotel. That particular hotel was built about 40 years ago under the different name, but intended to be a first casino hotel here on the island. That was the main purpose. That's why they built it out of nowhere. But as you know, state of Hawaii is not legalized to gamble, so never happened. It's still not happening, huh? Okay, there are a couple of famous surfing locations that are coming up on the left. You can see the beautiful swell moving towards the coastline. Somewhere between 10 to 15 further by now. Okay, there are two locations coming up on the left. One small section of the beach, if you follow, is right up to the highway known as Sunset Beach. After that, almost straight on the beach is called Banzai Pipeline. After the pipeline, we got a Sharks Cove, Waimea Bay, surfing town of Haleiwa, end of the coastline, end of the mountain range. That'll be Akaina Point, which is the oldest part of the island. And Akaina Point is also end of the road. Hey, Sunset Beach, where the cars are parked, and Pipeline, Sharks Cove, Waimea, all the way to Kaena Point. Due to the beautiful condition of the surf today, there are lots of surfers in the water, huh? Left or right. Well, Sunset Beach, late in the afternoon, if the weather permits, off to the right, over the horizon, you can observe the beautiful sunset, so that's why they call it a Sunset Beach. And the Pipeline, when the high surf occurs, those surf, they all curls and creates the kind of a tubing shape or a pipeline shape of it, so that's why they call it the Pipeline. And some locals also, there's a Banzai Pipeline. Banzai in Hawaiian, I'm sorry, Japanese, it's a Japanese word, kind of meaning of both hands up and also meaning of surrender, give up. Huh? When those guys falling off the surfboard, what do? They put the both hands up, so that's what they call it, the Banzai. So that's why also called Banzai Pipeline. Now we're going to be crossing a couple of little valleys or gulches. They are all part of a connecting section of two islands between the west and the east. Right and below, Sharks Cove, Little Bay, beach on the right, Waimea Bay. Coming up on the right hand below, house, and up on the hill, small rectangle shape of a dark brown section. That is a Hawaiian style cemetery called the Heiau on the right hand below. If you get a chance to visit one of those, please remember though, don't bring any kind of rocks out of the cemetery, huh? Because those things are bad luck. Okay, a couple of thousand species of tropical plant that grows in this little valley here. Became a little park along with a tiny, tiny waterfall coming up on the left called Waimea Falls. And the name Waimea, meaning of red water. Today's color of the water is not red, but if you look around the area, you can see the color of the soil is pretty red. Time to time, they mix with the heavy rainwater, creates all this red, muddy waters around here, so that's what they call Waimea, red water. Okay, between the two mountain ranges, big open field. This is the largest agricultural land of the island of Oahu today, area called Wahiawa. This is the area that we grow thousands of pineapple, and besides the pineapple, we used to grow lots of sugarcane around here. So both sides, all this light green colored open field are very much abandoned sugar cane field today. Just about 25 to 30 years ago, due to high cost of labor, affected the price of the sugar in the world, and our sugar price compared to South American country and South Pacific Asian country became a little too high on the price. And our price just couldn't compete with those countries, so that was pretty much of a reason to downsize the operation or shut down the operation. So today, in the entire state, there are only two islands, which are island of Maui and island Kauai are the only two that are still in the operation of the sugar. The rest of the Hawaiian islands are all closed. Takes a lot of water to grow the sugarcane, so that's why you see a couple of reservoirs on the field. Just to produce the pound of sugar, the average usage of the sugarcanes are around 10. And just to grow 10 sugarcane, we spend about 240 gallons of water, which is equivalent to about 1 ton of water that needs to grow just a 10 sugarcane in a period of 18 to 20 months. Well, we're still surviving with some pineapple coming up ahead, right or left. Okay, right or left, these are all pineapples, huh? Close to 500,000 pineapples that still grows here on the island. And surprisingly, every single plant of those pineapple plants are still planted with the hand. one by one. And time for harvest, they also pick with the hand, one at a time. Okay, coming up on the right, we got Schofield Army Barracks, Wheeler Air Force Base, off to the right, all the way to direction of Pearl Harbor. Hey Charles, Cameron, coming up on the right hand below you first, vicinity of a Dole Pineapple Pavilion, along with the largest pineapple maze in the world. Look on the other side of the red roof. Rectangular maze in the middle, there's a pineapple maze. And looking at the Dole Pineapple Maze there. 1990, they built that. 98, they claim it's the largest pineapple maze in the world today. Okay, right to left. Right down the left and below. Well, year-round weather condition of the island is similar to the summer, so there are no particular season of those pineapples, Pretty much every day they're capable of either planting or harvesting those pineapples. 24 months for the first one. After that, a year and a half. I'll probably give a few more, but size from the third one becomes smaller, so normally within 3 to 4 years they pick 2 pineapple from the single plant. Alright ladies, coming up on the left and below little square, green grass area with the tree that grows in the middle, looking at the royal birthplace of Hawaii. And under the tree there's some rocks called royal birthstone. Some of those royal queens who gave the birth here. They believe that some of those rocks under the tree has spirits to protect the queen and relieve the pain while they're giving the birth, so that's why they chose that particular location. Became royal birthplace of Hawaii today. Off to the right, Schofield Army Barracks, Wheeler Air Force Base, but today, airfield itself is used by the United States Army helicopters, so more like Army airfield rather than the Air Force Base. Morning of December 7, 1941. This is where the first wave of 184 Japanese attack force took this route to get to the Pearl Harbor. Opposite direction, straight ahead, distance away, we got a Diamond Head. That'll be the east of the Pearl, and the Kolas northeast of Pearl Harbor. That's where the second wave were also approaching the Pearl Harbor. And approximately 7:55 in the morning, total of 350 Japanese attack force made it and began their attack. After attack was over, 18 out of 97 U.S. naval ships were heavily damaged. 3 out of 18 ships became disabled. Those are known as USS California, USS Utah, and USS Arizona. Today, 2 out of 3, which Utah and Arizona are still remaining under the waters of Pearl Harbor. And since 9/11, attack on the Trade Center until about 5.5 to 6 years ago. So the United States Navy didn't allow any of a civilian aircraft to fly through the Pearl Harbor for security purpose. But today they changed that, so we're able to fly over it. Okay, we got a Ford Island in the middle and a group of ships at the corner. Those ships are very much out of commission. Those ships are pretty much retired ships of the Navy. Now, one of the sinking ship, USS Utah, located on this side of the Ford Island. On the other side, we got SS Missouri and the Arizona Memorial, also located on the other side of the Ford Island. Now, after attack, total of 2,341 soldiers were killed in the morning. Today, 1,177 bodies are still to the Arizona. Now, as you can see, those ships on the right are not quite operational condition. Now it looks like one of the submarines just came back into the harbor on the other side of the Ford Island there. Hey, we got a Utah on the right. Utah, Missouri, and Arizona there. Black oil floating because of oil leak and a fuel leak that's there current, huh? Yeah, submarine just came in, huh? Yeah, on the right. Few more sub in the dry dock for repair. And we got a few more submarines on the left and below. That's the submarine base of the Pearl Harbor on the left. Hey, back to the Honolulu International Airport, currently 30th busiest international airport in the United States, Honolulu. 4 active runways and one of the runway close to the ocean water up here on the right. That particular runway were completed about 30 years ago. Purpose of emergency runway 4 space shuttle program over the Pacific. So if there's any kind of emergency situation that may occur on a space shuttle may have a chance to land on that runway. Hopefully not, but just in case. Everything on the left and below belongs to the Navy. Everything on the right belongs to the Air Force. Alright everybody, we are clear by the time for landing, so I'd like to take this time to thank all of you for us this morning. Mahalo. Once touchdown, just for safety, please remain seated. Ground crew will approach helicopter and escorts back to the lab. What is in a helicopter? Watch your step, watch your head, take your time, and if you'd like to take a few more pictures after exit the helicopter, just hand the camera to the ground crew and it should be able to help you out.